already. The platform I was using to make music videos for the songs I make no longer exists. I was using Sora and had little characters I created to create music videos and tell the stories and stuff. But yeah, that's gone now. All the time I spent creating those little characters to make stuff. So yeah, I've had to pivot and save and invest more money. My husband kind of treats my music like my gambling habit because it just hundreds of dollars a month spent on programs and stuff. But I believe the Lord has called me to do this, and He keeps inspiring me to create more and more and more music. I mean, I'm averaging anywhere from 3 to 5 new songs that He's having me either write or full on produce a week. It's kind of crazy. So if you want to kind of keep up with what the Lord has been making through me musically, you can always find it first on Suno, because that's I have Suno Studio, which is a step above Pro. Studio, I can actually like edit it like I'm in a real studio. Like I can separate the instrumentals and move things and like increase the beat and all that stuff. So it's a lot of technicals, but yeah, I just hope that one day I will have a praise squad of real people to sing all the music the Lord's been making through me. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys with some of the songs I've been making, since obviously I haven't been able to produce the videos as quickly as I was before, because it's much more expensive. That I don't know if you saw the most recent video that was inspired by Memorial Day. Sorry, I'm on the mixer right now. I'm listening through renders. That's kind of how some songs can take 200 renders before I find the one where it's like, okay, that's got the right instrumentals, and then I do my final tweaking in studio. But the one from Memorial Day is "Don't Forget Freedom Ain't Free," or "Remember Freedom Ain't Free." So I don't know if you haven't seen that yet. Go check it out after this. It's pretty heart wrenching, and you know, I guess Sora being deleted is kind of a happy little accident, because without that happening, I wouldn't be creating better quality videos now, because now I'm using a mix of Runway ML, Gemini, and also CapCut Pro Studio. Oh my goodness gracious, it went from 1 to 41 folks. Well, hello everybody. I was just kind of sharing with you guys like a bit of the process of how I make music, and giving a little background, and letting y'all know that if you want to see what I've been working on that I haven't had a chance to make videos for yet, because I am still just trying not to be homeless. I own a home remodeling and design business, and my job is to put my husband to work. He calls me his slave driver, so he's joking though, but he's kind of not. He's old. He's like 51. His body hurts, so you know, I believe the Lord He's called me to make music for whatever reason. My grandfather was a famous like conductor in an orchestra in Chile, so I wonder if that explains me hearing the music in my head. That's the best way I can explain it. I've always heard music in my head my whole life, and you know, I can't take the credit. Obviously, it's all God. Like He puts whatever He puts in me and gives me, like, it's literally like downloads. Like I'll just get hit with the spark of inspiration, and it's kind of like I'll have a vision, but it's like auditory. And it's like, it's auditory and visual. Like I'll have a vision for songs. And ever since I did my 40-day water fast last year, it's just been boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, Lord, I can't even, I don't even have time to finish processing the last one you gave me. So, you know, He's good all the time. And eventually I'll catch up and be able to like release the album so you guys can, you know, listen to them on Spotify and Pandora and all the other sites. So, but yeah, I'm going to share some of the songs that the Lord has made through me since the last time I was on here. I think where I left off the last time was Hold On to the Light. So this one's called Hold On to the Light. Hi, Lacey. Love to see where you guys are from. And if you have any prayer requests, put them in. I'll try to pray for everybody afterwards and go through the chats, because the power of prayer is so huge. Like, I have seen God move time and time again. Sounds painful. I pray for healing for you. Definitely sounds painful. And whatever demon that is that's causing that in you, like a spirit of perversion, please leave this poor person alone. And Lord, I pray that you come to this Luther, or whatever his name's gone now. I pray that you come to him in a live vision. And Oscar the Grass Fetish. Okay, so spirit of perversion, spirit of mockery. So, God, I pray that you please heal Reuben. You know what every person needs in order to be saved. So I don't know if he needs a seriously meet Jesus moment where, like, he dies and sees demons and goes to hell and come back and has an MD and that kind of thing, or if he doesn't need something that extreme. Yeah, God is real. Oh, he is so real. I have literally seen a boy raised from the dead. I've seen it, so you can't tell me he's not real. I've also had it happen where my ex was beating me. He liked to abuse me. And all of a sudden, after he put the gun to my head, barrel right here of the pistol, his finger was on the trigger, I was literally wanting to die. Like, no lie, I legit was like, great, go ahead, pull the trigger, because you know what? I'd rather be in heaven than here. I know where I'm going. So, yeah, there's lots of NDEs. Not everybody has a near-death experience when they die, but there's lots of them. I'm not necessarily saying that that's what you need, because that's like really extreme. I hope that's not the case for you. But anyways, back to my testimony, how I know God is real. I literally started glowing. Like, I was ready to go to heaven. I was happy. I was like ecstatic. I was like, go ahead, pull the trigger, baby. He'd already beaten me for years. And I literally started freaking glowing from head to toe. It felt like from the barrel of the gun, oil started flowing. It felt like liquid gold was going through my body. Oh, my husband's calling. Pause. Hey, babe. Okay, I'm just letting you know there's a lasagna in the oven. All right, drive safe. Love you. Bye. So anyway, I started legit glowing like Moses, okay? And my ex, his eyes got as big as saucers. And he just like jumped back, freaking out. This was shortly after my husband died. This is all just heightened sense, though. So you're saying that my ex and I both had the same delusional experience of me literally glowing from head to toe. Like, it was like my blood was light. It was the weirdest thing ever. And it lasted for about 15 minutes before it finally went away, because I told God I was fine, and it just went away. He didn't touch me for months, and I eventually planned my escape. But yeah, like, it was a legit miracle. So I've also seen lots of other miracles, so nothing makes me special other than the fact that I'm a human. Every human is special. You're made in the image of God. Like, it's religion that pushes people away. Like, people have got you guys, everybody so tricked to thinking that we're just like nothing. That's a lie. You are the infinite possibility for an infinite amount of good. You can also be really, really bad. Like, God makes evil. God makes. It's actually in the Bible where God says that he makes everything, but He is all good. Because true love means you have to have an option. We can't be robots, right? So you either truly want evil things or you truly want good. But you truly are, like, at your essence, because you have life in you, the life of breath of God in you. You truly are good, just like the devil, the demons and stuff. They are fallen angels. They were sons of God. Okay, doesn't mean that they're no longer. They're cast out. It's their prodigal children. Schizophrenia. Yeah, my mom has schizophrenia too. CZN. Can I explain CZN? What's CZN? I know that my mom's schizophrenic, but she is from severe child abuse. What is what? Schizophrenia? Or CZN? Because I don't know what CZN is. Oh, can. Yeah, it's basically like demon possession. So, severe trauma, for survival, sometimes you'll create a whole nother personality. Like my mom was severely, severely abused as a kid. Like the stuff you hear, Epstein files kind of thing. My mom went through that. And that's why she has another person who's an 18 the previous comment. Am I connected? As above, so below. As above, so below. Yeah, but the thing that sucks about being below is that it's kind of like God is the all-consuming fire, right? So if you're outside of the fire or believe you're outside of the fire, you get burned. As you believe, so you are. As your faith stands, so it is. You're made righteous by faith. I need medical attention. I do not need medical attention. Smoke. Do I smoke? Smoke. I never said it was about me. I can only see one comment at a time and then they disappear. I don't understand why they don't just stay up. 9 hours. Why do you smoke for 9 hours? Well, I'm not religious because the religious people that killed Christ and crucified him, our enemies, the accuser, and God also said, bless and not curse your enemies. I think he's just trolling Ellie. Don't take it personally. I prayed for him. It's a mocking spirit. I don't know. He's obviously got some broken things in his life. Like he's been hurt a lot, and that's sad. Usually, hurt people hurt people. Oh, you got schizophrenia? It could. Sometimes it's just a diversion in your brain with schizophrenia. Like it's just rewiring from severe trauma. And sometimes it's just generational curse, like a generational demon, spirit from something from your ancestors, because curses can be passed down for up to 100 generations. But anything can be healed by the blood of Christ. It truly can. I've seen it. Don't make assumptions about people that could have been arrogant to you. Huh? Severe schizophrenia. So, do you know how many personalities that come out, Ellie? My mom's is just mild. Hers is from trauma, but sometimes you're just born with it. Just like some people are born sick. Lots of them, mostly bad ones. Oh, I'm sorry. That's awful. No, you don't think it's awful? Well, if they're bad ones, do they ever cause you to... Oh, you just got diagnosed today. Wow. So how did you find out? I guess did your family just say there was conversations and things you just didn't remember having? Or how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Because you seem like, you're older by how quickly you can type and stuff. So it's quite a... Usually, I guess that's... Well, you know what? They usually don't describe it. You're 11 years old. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you're dealing with this, Ellie. That's tough. Do you want me to pray for you? I don't have to pray for you on here if you don't want, but I can definitely add you to my prayers privately. Thanks, baby. I just want you to know, no matter what the doctors say, no matter what anybody else says, there's nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly and wonderfully made. We are all perfectly imperfect and all beautifully broken. And you are beautiful and you are wonderful. And God will never give you more than you can handle with Him. So I just want you to know that you are precious and you are perfectly and wonderfully made. And you know what? Sometimes our pains and our sicknesses are just to show, like, I think there's a scripture where it talks about how the Pharisees, the religious people, were trying to say, well, how did this guy sin to be crippled? And Christ said he didn't sin. Nobody sinned for him to be crippled. Nobody did anything wrong. He was made to this that God may be. He was made like this that God may be glorified. So he was literally made so that way he could experience a miracle. And I fully believe that God wants to work miracles for you, Ellie. I know because I've seen them in my own life. I'm a walking, talking miracle. I should have been dead so many times. So many times. But for some reason, I'm still here. And by the way, Ellie is a beautiful name. And hi, CJ boy. I like Uncle Trump. I love everybody, even people I don't agree with. My name's Hannah. Nice to meet you, Ellie. Fake taxi shooting. Is that a movie? What does YH mean? Oh, aren't you a little mischievous one, Ellie? Oh, what country? I am from the United States of America. Oh, so it's not Ellie, it's Dara. Well, Dara, that's a beautiful name too. Hey, your name rhymes with my name. My name's Hannah. Do I love Ozzy Osbourne? I actually haven't voted in the last two elections because I didn't want to vote for the lesser of two evils. I just trust God, and God says to pray about things. And I have seen miracles in prayer. And He uses evil people to do good things, and He uses good people to do bad things. So, and He puts people in power for a reason, for a season, for a purpose, whatever that is. From Pakistan or Mexico. I'm really bad with flags. I am at home washing dishes. Bulgaria. Oh, that's so cool. I don't think I've ever met somebody from Bulgaria before. Dara from Bulgaria. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Take some whiskey. No thanks. I don't drink anymore. I used to drink way too much back in the day. Once upon a time, I worked at a place called Coyote Ugly. Sophia. I try to be, but honestly, I can only credit my kindness to God because when I was younger, girl, I was so mean when I was younger. But God has a way of humbling you and showing you beauty from ashes and creating life out of darkness. Oh, cookie. Bulgaria. That sounds like it would be a cool place to visit. All right, love you too, Dara. Rest easy, and I will keep you in my prayers. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna write your name down right now so I can be sure to pray for you. Because I have ADHD, or AUDHD, so I forget. Hi, Dara. So, Dara, I'm gonna pray for Dara. And if any of you guys want to write down to pray, Dara just found out she has schizophrenia. So I'm going to pray for healing for her and comfort. And yeah, because you know what? Even if God doesn't take it from her, Paul had a thorn in his side. I mean, everybody had the problems. Freaking David, King David was a freaking whoremonger, man. Like, perfectly imperfect. The thing is just really trying our best to do right and love and be loved to others. Because God is love. He really is. God is perfect love and our holy Elohim family. And I am a little out there. I take the Bible for what it says. Your tooth is so white. I use a mixture of remineralizing hydroxypatate toothpaste. It's like I mainly use this, and then I sometimes use this. My 6-year-old is watching TV in her room, patiently awaiting the lasagna to be ready. And then I have 2 adult daughters that live in Louisiana, and a grandson. And I just found out I'm going to be a grandma again. Our 21-year-old is pregnant with her second one. So trying to, well, been trying to convince her to marry her boyfriend, but she wants to wait for a fancy wedding. And I'm like, girl, you don't need that. But anyways, we love her. We're all perfectly imperfect here. The only thing she's imperfect. It's not about divine reward. Aw. It's about legitimate love. Like, a divided house cannot stand. You don't want to be with you what you don't like, you know? How much does it cost to live here? Ooh, it is really expensive in America. Like, we're considered like basically the bottom of society here. We live in an RV. Our rent is like $900 a month, and we own our RV. We just pay that to park here and use the electricity and the water. And the water here is on a well, so it's not like they're really paying much of anything for that. It is almost 6 o'clock. How far is LA from my area? LA is on the exact opposite side of the country. We lived there for a little while. When we first got the RV, we took a cross country trip, and we stayed in Santa Barbara, just north of LA, for the summer in the mountains. 2255. Yep. Oh, so that means it's 555. Lucky number. Do you ever see angel numbers? Because if you're spiritual at all, I'm sure you've seen signs, right? Like, God shows signs all the time. Yeah, LA though. Any major city in America, it's like pretty much any other major city anywhere else in the world. It's like you have your really nice touristy areas, and then you've got your slums, you know. Aw, I thought you were going to bed, Dara. Don't make me get in trouble with your mama. My husband is into trading, and he has lost a lot of money of ours, of our savings, in trading. But I feel like he's learned a lot. He's finally really started swing trading. He was really into. He got suckered into the whole hodling thing with GameStop and AMC. So we lost about. We lost. That's why we live in an RV. We don't own a house because we lost a lot of money on the stock market. Good night again, Dara. It is a fake market. They're cheaters. So my husband started pretty much playing their game and realizing what the shorts and the cheaters, the banks are doing. So it's one of those things like can't beat them, join them. Like, we lost a lot of money in Mullen. I think that Mullen actually was a big enough fraud case and fake shares and illegal shorting that it literally, Mullen by itself could have broken the entire global stock market. But yeah, they cheated. They cheated. And I believe a lot of these CEOs are planted to purposely like make bad financial decisions to just kind of like run companies into the ground. So just by their choices and things they made. But you know what? But God, yeah, a lot of Americans do stocks. But the last few months, my husband's actually started making money trading. Um, but it took losing a lot of money. Like, I mean, he's been doing stocks now for about a decade, and he's finally gotten to where he's kind of like where he makes trades and choices where he's actually consistently making money back. So once we made about once he gets back about $30,000, then we can start saying that we're in the green. But you know what? I've seen God work miracles many times before. I've seen my bank account empty one day and then have over 100 grand in it the next. I've seen it negative one day and then have a $250,000 the next. So even though we've been through a lot of tough breaks and not all the things were us getting screwed over or whatever. We're perfectly imperfect. We've made bad financial choices like trying to move to Louisiana and establish our business to be close to our grandson when he was born. But we don't regret that because family, and we were able to be there for 6 months and help our daughter get her um, high school degree and finally graduate. So I don't regret that at all. You can't put a price tag on that. We also moved to Blue Ridge, trying to establish up there. That was just a bad financial move. It taught me I want to be a citizen of the great country. I wish I could. I can barely pay our bills as it is, but I believe God will work in a miracle again. And I believe that we're not going to, you only need to make a certain mistake once, hopefully. Hopefully you remember your mistakes and to not make them again. Where are you from, Tamil? I actually have a song that's based off of a music style that I think is called Tamil from India. Because I heard it and I was like, ooh, I like that from somebody that was on one of these lives and made a song using a fusion of Tamil and American rock. It's called Hottie, and it's about being a light in a fire, and not being haughty, which Haught, which is like rude. But yeah, Tamil, where are you from? Did I lose you, buddy? Tamil, come back! All right, I guess we lost Tamil. I hope he comes back. I'm curious where he's from. But yeah, here, let me share some recent songs that the Lord's made through me. This one was literally, oh, there he is. Oh, Tambeji. I thought it was Tamil. Tambeji. My total family income would be around 5,000 US dollars. Like, are you talking about like monthly income or like just cost of living? Like, you're trying to figure out how much it costs for us to live here? Yeah, monthly basis. Um, if we didn't have the debt that we have, then yes, it would be like 5,000. But because we don't have jobs, we make our own money finding our own business. There's a cost associated with marketing and with the truck that we have. It costs $1,000 a month just in our truck payment to be able to do the work that we do. So our cost of living is closer to 8,000 a month, just because of the cost associated with running our own business. But we don't actually like make that. Like, a lot of that goes to insurances like business insurance, vehicle insurance. Um, we can't even afford health insurance, which is crazy. Our truck payment's $1,000 a month, and then we have vehicle maintenance costs like oil changes, tire changes. Like there's always something that needs to be fixed because of all the miles my husband drives to and from the city. Um, Not really. It just really depends on the month. Like some months where when it because it's our work is also seasonal. So sometimes we're only making like 3,000. So then on the months that we make more money, we have to save. So then on the slow season months, we can still pay our bills. Um, so I guess it would be an average of about 10 just to survive and like live in a freaking trailer. We can't even afford a house. But again, we have debt that we're paying, like credit card debt from COVID. But yeah, and we're considered basically the bottom of society here. And that's how much it costs us for us to survive, keep a roof over our head, electricity, water, and food, to have food in the pantry. And like we can't even afford organic. We don't have a yard because we rent here and it's at a trailer park. Not even a trailer park, it's an RV park. We live at a campground. But for example, living in a house would probably, any American living like in an actual house is probably spent making about $12,000 to $15,000 a month. Oh well, then you could definitely afford to live here, and you would live well. You would live very well. Praise God that you've been so blessed like that. That's wonderful. What's Mumbai like? But honestly, if you were going to come here, I don't know what it's like to for foreigners to buy land here. I think it just depends on the country. But if I was you, I would invest and actually buy land because the rent here is so inflated because of the banks. During COVID, BlackRock and a lot of the big banks, they just started buying up houses and like inflating the prices, like giving 20-30% over asking price. So everything is ready pretty much for a bubble burst now. So if you can find a really good property and get it like remodeled before you come here, because I wouldn't pay full price because I definitely feel like we're on the verge of a market crash like 2006 2007. That's why we paid cash and bought the RV instead of buying a house in 2022 because my parents, they bought their rental properties and houses around 2005 2006 2007, and they were stuck in three properties for over 20 years. So I would buy just because it's actually more cost effective, and then also if you're making that kind of money, you understand equity. Rent, you're just throwing the money away. So then you'd have the equity. So and then if you improve property or build, then you can easily rent it out if you're going back and forth between here and Mumbai with Airbnb or something like that, or just rent it out with like long-term leases. Whatever, I don't know what your work schedule is like or how you work, but yeah, I would develop or like remodel something, get something like super cheap. But I just wouldn't throw money away and rent personally. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what your goals are. I mean, some people believe paying money to live, but I feel like if you're making that kind of money, you're probably, you know the value of debt. I don't know how taxes work in Mumbai, but I'm presuming that, just like here, the way that people cheat is if you have money. You're an orphan. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you grow up an orphan? Like in an orphanage? Or were you adopted? Well, you said you're alone, so I'm guessing that means that you weren't adopted. How old were you when you lost your parents? Do you mind me asking? So I lost my brother in a car crash. My only full blood brother. We were Irish twins. We were 18 months apart in age, and he died in a head-on collision. He was 19 and a day. It was on Valentine's Day, and he was driving to our grandparents' house to celebrate his birthday. So, I mean, that's not the same as losing both your parents. So I actually have four parents because my parents divorced and then started second families when I was about 8 or 9. How old were you? Yeah, it's not in our hands. But I also know that when you've been through like real tragedy like that, it's terrible. It really is. It's awful. There's always beauty that comes out of it. You know what I mean? Like the most beautiful artwork, the most beautiful music, the most beautiful things I feel like in history all came out of great sorrow. The most beautiful stories. Um, Life is a tragedy, or at least currently. I do believe that there will be a time when all call upon the name of the Lord, all call upon the name of the one true God, and we will all come into our identity as children of God and step into that and being children of light and love, and every tear will be wiped away, and no more pain and no more sorrow. Oh no, we're living in an RV, a recreational vehicle. It's 43-foot long, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom RV. My house is a mess right now. Maybe next time I come live. Yeah, I think my husband might be mad at me if I showed the house and the disarray that it's in right now. My daughter just got out of school for the school year last week, and ever since school's been out, it's been raining every single day. Kitty cat, yes. Yeah, the kitty cat, Mom. Yeah. Go, it's the kitty cat. I gotta get the lasagna out of the oven. Oh my gosh, I have more dishes over here. I forgot about these. I thought I was done. I was not psychologically prepared for this. Praise the Lord. I got dirty dishes because there are people all over the world who are starving. So we are very blessed. You like lasagna? Your comment's already gone. I just saw something about studies. How do I see the comments? There we go. Parents Pathway, not in our hands. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments. So studies have I pursued? I have a certification from the Court of Master Sommeliers, which is basically I'm a master at pairing wine and food together and hosting parties. I studied that. I was a server and a bartender and had certifications in that. Thank you. I try to be. I genuinely try to love people because I believe that every human is made in the image of God, that we are all little G's, that the Bible wasn't lying in Psalm 82:9 when it said ye are gods, and that Christ wasn't lying when he said to the Pharisees, don't you know ye are gods? We are little G's. There's one big G from which we all come out of that gave us his essence, and Christ just came to show us that who our Father, who our Creator is. When he died on the cross, our Creator dies to himself to make every single one of us. We are God's freed will to make our own choices, and to me that's beautiful. Oh yeah, I've seen lots of ghosts, and I've seen entities, I've seen aliens, and with other witnesses. Like I've seen some stuff in my life. Again, I think that's one of those beauties out of tragedy is that sometimes you get to experience things that other people don't, you know. Oh, thanks so much, Tembeji. Did I pronounce it right, or did I totally slaughter it? And then I'm a master artist. I grew up winning national and international art awards. So that's how I became a designer, because I started by first doing color consultations for people. And then it went to full on design because I've been photoshopping my whole life. So I would Photoshop ideas, and then I learned how to 3D render on my own. And my husband's been doing home repairs and home remodeling for over 30 years on and off. 10 years full time since we've been together. Like I said, he calls me his slave driver. YouTube. I guess I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years, but not really actively, because my full-time job is doing the design and remodeling work, finding work for my husband, and doing designs and project management. But in my free time, when I'm not taking care of my little one, he's with her, or doing work for our handyman remodeling business, I am making music. And I've been writing songs for about 13 years. I mean, I've been writing songs my whole life, but actively tried to get other musicians to make my music. And then one day, God just told me, what's your excuse? Because I had learned about AI music, and then I learned that I could make it myself. You know, like it wasn't just like AI, like make a song that's calming in 777 hertz. Like I could literally write every word, pace it, style it, tell it what instrumentals, tune all the instruments. Ellie is my ID, right? No, no. Ellie was somebody that was in the chat. My ID on here, like my tag for YouTube, is Praise Squad. PRAYZSQUAD. Praise Squad. And then my name on the account is Chana Danielle Yehoshua, which my name is simply my real name, my legal American name, transliterated to the ancient Hebrew version of it, because I was named after the hand on the Bible. And after my first long-term fast in 2016, God told me to go to the root of the word, and I started studying the ancient Aramaic and just like the ancient, all the different ancient languages, like Sumerian and stuff. And I learned there was a lot of common things between all of the different beliefs and histories. There were certain common, consistent truths and threads that we threw. And then I also learned that ancient Hebrew is the only language where every line of every letter adds meaning to the word. Oh, there's unemployment around. I wouldn't, if I was you, if you're making what you say you're making, I would not live in the hood. But you can find, like in the country, you can find some good fixer-uppers. Like, we live about an hour from Atlanta, and that's how we like it, because when things get weird, like during, what were the big just any big protest. I mean, they're always having protests too, like nowadays. Like, you just don't want to be in the city. I don't see why anybody would want it. Like, I understand the convenience of the city, but most people only need to go to the city for like special meetings or whatever. And for me, like my husband and I, we enjoy to listen to our music, and we have a sound system in our truck. So we just take that as time to praise and worship, pray for people on the road, and just really like, that's kind of like our time in our commute, which depending on traffic accidents can be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on where you're going in Atlanta when you're living in the suburbs, the sticks. But if you live like out in the country, you can find like an older house that's like 20 plus years old that just wasn't like maintained well, and you can find it for like a really good deal. And Atlanta just keeps growing. So it means anyone who's earning, if you're earning that monthly, that would be a lot of money. Yeah. And I mean, we could live more comfortably if we were willing to live in an apartment and have regular jobs, but we just like the freedom of being independent, and so there's consequences that come with that. And having to constantly buy tools and like maintain our tools and stuff. It's just, that's also why I hope that God ends up blessing my music, so that way I can hopefully shift my husband from doing the heavy physical work. He's 51. Like, he is not a baby. Like, we're grandparents. And shift him into, like, he actually studied for school. He did industrial electronics and studied for sound systems and was really into music development. So he'd be really good at like setting up sound stages and like just any kind of electrical sound work, videography, that kind of stuff. And we're both represented by an agent for acting. So he has a lot more acting experience than I do. I'm not an actor. I'm just come to Native Americans. A lot of Americans do. We don't really spend money that much. Like, I mean, we probably go out to eat at a restaurant maybe half a dozen times a year, like at an actual restaurant. That's like anything nice. You know what I mean? We don't like, we'll sometimes go to Waffle House, but I don't really count that as like going out, because like going out to Waffle House, I mean, that costs maybe $30. It's just really cheap. But we usually do one proper vacation a year on average for about a week. And then we'll do maybe one or two one night gambling and liquor and girls kind of stuff. I mean, once upon a time, I used to be like that. That's why I said some of the reason why we aren't further along in life is that my husband didn't make the wisest choices in our youth. I feel like youth is wasted on the young. That money would have been much better saved and invested in property. But you live and learn. The key is to learn. I'm much younger than my husband, if you can't tell. I'm 35. Yeah, once we already destroy everything. Excuse me, I need to drink some water. But yeah, I feel like youth is definitely wasted on the young. But I think a lot of it too is programming, because for thousands of years people lived with their families and they stayed together, and it wasn't about the American culture is get out the house at 18, get a job, move out, move on your own. You're 29. Okay. Well, boy, don't be too wild. And if you're looking for a wife, you're better off finding a wife somewhere where smart women are, not the ones that are squandering their lives away in the club. Because I know 29, you're probably starting to think, I might want some children, you know. Or you can be a fool like my husband and just act a fool, do drugs, party, and have yachts, have things, but then have nothing to show for it when you're 50. I mean, I guess he does. It's not that he has nothing. I mean, we have our RV, we have our truck, we have our van, but We have some stocks, not a lot. But we don't have like actual property. You know what I mean? Like, just don't make the same mistakes as him. Boy, I'ma pray for you. You need to be careful with yourself. Shoot, my husband is a walking, talking miracle. He once flew off a bike going like 190 miles an hour and somehow came out alive. I think it's just because he was so drunk, like, and he had friends that saw it. Like, he went and flipped off. He just happened to like flip off into grass, like this just giant field of grass near the beach. So it was like sandy grass, and he just like rolled. Like he said, he's like, no lie, babe, I flew, and I'm like, I believe it, you dumbass. Yeah, that was his problem. He was an adrenaline junkie, bro. Oh, I need to pray for angels to protect you, baby. So you can survive. You need to be careful with yourself. Carry yourself like a king. There's a reason why Harry ain't hanging out with the royals, because he acted like a dummy. You don't see royalty acting a fool. You got to have your wits about you if you're running a kingdom, bro, and you're already running a small kingdom. Making 25, 30 grand US dollars a month, that's a kingdom. That's a kingdom. And you want to be a good king. You don't want to end up like that prodigal son in the freaking pig pit rolling around with the swines. Nah, you're better than that. You a king. You need to carry yourself like a king and find you a good queen. A woman who's not like a whore and like looking around and trying to like say, hey, look what I got. You want to like a beautiful woman that cares about how she looks and presents and carries herself well, but one that's like, you know, modest and carries herself like a queen. Oh my gosh, maybe my husband needs to talk to you. Boy, I get it. I get it. Like I said, in my past life, I used to bartend. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Coyote Ugly, but I used to bartend at Coyote Ugly. I used to work at Hooters. I used to like, I used to party. Like I should have ended up dead in a ditch somewhere. Like I did not treat myself like a queen. But God kept me alive. Like, and you know, Atlanta's like the sex trafficking capital of the world. Like, I should have ended up in a cargo ship in freaking Russia or something. Like, but God, He kept me alive. I guess because He knew that I would fall in love with my husband's daughter and her half sister, and then have my beautiful girl. He knew I was made to be a mom and to mom on others because He gave me this big heart. Like, I genuinely love people. But you know what? I asked God for that. I asked God to love people the way He loves people. And our enemy is the accuser. Oh, I did not change suddenly, honey. Sanctification is a process. You know, babies don't just start all grown talking like freaking Dexter. You know what I mean? Babies don't just start like, oh, I'm a genius. Like, I know everything. No, you learn and you grow. It's a process. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We get to make mistakes. The key is surviving. You gotta make it, man. You gotta make it to the end. That would be cool. But you know what? Even if it never gets monetized, that's fine too. I don't do it for money. You know, I do it because I love God and I can't help but praise God and just be thankful and grateful for life. And that I get to use this tool to connect to people like you all over the world and share the overflow of my heart and share the music with people. And, you know, I mean, the worker is worth their wages. The Bible also says that. So, you know, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because this is what I love to do. I actually am. My mom is a multimillionaire, but I haven't talked to her in years. Long story. I love her to death, but again, people have their problems. I didn't end things. She did because she was mad about something I said. But, people choose to live how they want to live. I pray on a regular basis that one day she will forgive me for whatever she's mad about because I don't understand. I would totally apologize if I knew what I did wrong, which normally in the past, when I've said something wrong, like I knew, like I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But this time I don't know because I was literally telling my brother to give her grace because she's schizophrenic. And if she ever accused him of something that he didn't do, just to give her grace and like let it roll off because to her that had actually happened. Like don't fight about it. Like I was just trying to give him older sister to little my baby brother advice. He was 17. And she said I was trying to turn her kids against her baby against her. So, yeah. When I was actually kind of trying to like help the opposite happen. So, yeah, I just don't even know how to apologize. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I feel like if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have started making the music because, my mom thinks stuff like this is foolish. She wanted me to be a doctor, which I could have, but I would have been totally miserable. I feel like, when certain people are just called to be doctors. I had a 4.7 GPA. I got accepted to Harvard, like all the things. But I'm an artist through and through. I'm a creator. I can't help but to create. And when I feel like I can't, it's like torture. Oh, hubby's home. Open up. Perfect timing. Lasagna's ready. You can thank Carissa for that. It was by her request. No, I'm tired. Sorry. Where's your other elbow brace? You want to take a hot shower before you leave? You want to just eat?
In a few minutes. Not cool.
Okay.
Did you just pull out of the oven?
Yeah, I can pull
It
it
looks
out.
like the oven's still on.
Yeah, the oven is still on.
So.
Thanks for noticing. Talking to this young man on here from India. Just talking about like he's off the chain. I was like, my husband was off the chain like you when he was younger. And he'll tell you, don't be like that. Like there's no reason why you should be alive. But not. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. God bless every one of you, and thanks for hanging out with me. See you soon. Bye.